5?
Yeah, day 5 of our walk, our anniversary trek across East Sussex, and Christy's joining me again today. So we're starting at the Laughing Fish pub here at Isfield, and we'll head down to Barcombe Mills and then on towards Lewes. But we're starting yet again with another rescue this morning. Right behind the pub here, we had little Bauble, the hedgehog, come in for care, and he came in because he had a Christmas bauble which he had his head and one of his front legs stuck in, which might seem, well, how can it get through a little gap like that? But he was a baby hedgehog, and obviously in the nest Mum had put this Christmas bauble and he'd got himself entangled. So we're going to leave the Lawton lane here and head across the fields towards the river and then follow the river down to Barcombe Mills. Just on this lane here though, we had a tawny owl that got hit by a car, and in September 2020 we were able to bring it back here and release it, which is always the best part of the job. So we've walked along the disused railway line towards Barcombe Mills, and we'll head down to the mills in a second. But before I do, over in that direction is the village of Barcombe itself, and we've had a number of rescues in there. Just wanted to quickly reel off a few of them, including sort of birds. We had a bird that was trapped in like an antique bird feeder. We've had orphan hedgehogs. They were running around on somebody's patio, but luckily had only just come out of a nest and fallen into the patio and got stuck. We had a hobby with a damaged wing. We've had wood pigeons, chicks that came in because their tree had been cut down, and even a tawny owl that came in because it had frounce as well. So lots of rescues up in Barcombe. They're a very wildlife friendly village generally. Do you have any change on you, Christy?
I think it's fine, we don't need to pay. So yes, I believe that back in April 22 we had a duckling rescue here where they'd got separated from their mum.
Yeah, I think it was Chris and Hannah, wearing all our water rescue gear, had the job of trying to catch them up in this corner here, and they were really successful in doing so. They're swift water trained as well. Yeah. So yeah, another successful rescue. So here in October 2017, Chris and I dealt with a swan that was badly entangled in fishing line and attached to the tree the other side of the river. And we took a boat out, as well as I put a dry suit on and swam across in order to disentangle the swan and get it back for safety. It had a ligature wound on its leg, so had to come in for care, but was eventually released back to the wild. Well, we've just come down Wellingham Lane at Ringmer. This is the A26 behind me, very, very busy road. We've had quite a few road casualties from this stretch of the road, but also Ringmer is just behind us here. And we've had all sorts of casualties from there, including a sparrowhawk with a fractured wing in September 2018. We've had hedgehogs from all over Ringmer, and we've had ducks nesting in people's gardens. And we even had a hedgehog that was caught in a rat trap.
So here we are, just walking past Sussex Police and East Sussex Fire and Rescue, and we do use them quite a lot in rescues, and particularly one was a deer that was on Eastbourne seafront, but we do use them for numerous rescues, birds trapped in netting and things like that, so they've been very helpful.
Very good, aren't they? Yeah.
Yes. And police for swans on roads and things like that. If you don't mind being prepared to stop the traffic, that'd be really, really appreciated.
So we're on the old disused railway line, which runs just north of Lewes. Would have come out, crossed the river and gone up towards Barcombe. And just back here by this bridge here, Chris and I dealt with a badger rescue, a collapsed badger that was here, which needed rescue. I think it was about 2014-15, I'm not quite sure, but yeah, quite some time ago. Well, this is the Pell's Pond at Lewes, and we've been called here numerous times regarding injured ducks here. We had one just a few weeks ago, and there's actually one here now, so I'll have to make sure the rescuers come out and have a look at this one. But we had the most distinctive one was a duck that had a blow dart through its neck. That was back in 2015, which had to be rescued over Christmas and was eventually released around New Year's Day. So we're now at the River Ouse next to Tesco's at Lewes, and we've got swans down here, as you can see. But in August last year we had one that was badly entangled in the river here, and thanks to some people rowing up the river they were able to get it close enough to the shore so that we could catch it with a swan hook and get it onto the bank and then start untangling it. And I've never seen so much line wrapped around a swan in my life. The swan made a good recovery, mind you. After a few days we were able to bring it back and release it back here on the river at Lewes. So we're now coming to the end of day 5 of my trek across East Sussex. So we've come from Isfield all the way down to Barcombe Mills, and now we're finishing at Lewes. We're right by the Linklater Pavilion here on the Lewes railway lands, and we're going to end on a rescue today. So literally just behind me here we did a seal rescue working jointly with British Divers Marine Life Rescue. We managed to catch the seal. It managed to come in through what we believe through the sluice gates and get trapped here, and because of the flooding it managed to get all over the place. Had to catch it, relocate it down the river to where the other seals are, and release it again. So that's it for today, and we'll see you in a few days' time.